I've never wanted a 1 so much in my life. You know when you're playing snakes and ladders, and you just want 6s. So good morning and welcome back. It's Saturday morning, it's 6 AM. I've been up for around about an hour and a half and I'm around about 25 kilometers into today's ride. Last week I met up with Graham and we went over to meet Lawrence and we headed south. Today I'm heading north up towards Berwick, the borders of Scotland, and I've got I could have a really big day. But for a little bit of motivation, I've decided to make it a bit more interesting with this. The plan is today to roll this dice and let the dice decide how far we ride. But here's the twist. If I roll a 1, I've got to ride home. So if I roll a 2, 20k, 3, 30k, 4, 40k, and 5, 50k, 6, 60k. But if I roll a 1, I've got to go home. Every time I finish the kilometers that I've rode, I have to roll again. Could be a really long day. So on the new Wahoo Ace, 25k, 58 minutes of riding. That's my warm up. It's time to roll the dice. Okay, so if I roll a 1 at this point, I'm gonna have to go home. It's gonna be a very short ride. If I roll a 6, we know we've got 60k to cover until we have to roll again. I've got 8 hours. Let's have a go at this then. Oh, that will do me 30k. Easy. Ooh, zoom out. 30k. Oh, let's get it done. Heading towards the Scottish borders and not knowing how far I'm going to have to ride today. My fate is with the dice. The reason for heading north was because the weather was a little bit better and I'd have a tailwind on the way out and a headwind on the way back. So I'm taking it a little bit steady now, using my tailwind, and then knowing probably on the way home later tonight I'm going to have a headwind. Rolled the dice and it gave us 30 kilometers. I've already done a 25k warm-up, so at 55 kilometers we'll roll the dice again. This will be the longest solo ride probably that I've done on this bike, my new Trek Madone, and I've probably made a rookie error. I've also got some brand new shoes which I set up last night, so I'm actually breaking them in now, so if I don't like them it's going to be a little bit too late. Avoiding the Pennines, knowing that if I have to turn around and I roll a 1, I can come back down the coast. With no route planned, making my way north towards Berwick upon Tweed. I know these roads quite well, and as mentioned, I do have a slight tailwind at the moment. If I do roll a 1 and I've got to come home, because I don't have a route, at least I know the area. 43k into this, we'll roll the dice again at 50k, and I could roll a 6, which would be another 60k. 60k towards the Scottish borders. I'm going to be quite a long way from home. Hopefully, at some point, I'll roll a 1 and I'll get to go back. I found myself getting quite ill last year. Oh, that was close, mate. Cheers for that. I found myself getting quite ill last year, and although sponsored and supported by Wahoo, I asked them if it was okay if I purchased a Whoop, because I knew there was an awful lot of data that comes with the program and with the wearable. But today, for the first time, when I actually do need the data, it's decided not to connect. I spent 20 minutes by the roadside trying to get it to link to my head unit. I'm currently using the new Wahoo Ace. It connected absolutely fine last week when we was in Mallorca, but today it's just decided not to work. So I don't know what my heart rate is today. I'm just going off feel, and I don't even know if Whoop itself is collecting the data, because I only got 5 hours sleep last night. It was an early start this morning, so now, well, all the numbers are going to be out. So no heart rate and new shoes. We're cooking on gas this morning. Right, I've pulled over. We are 50k. Well, 50.9. I'm just a little bit over. It's time to roll the dice. Oh, should I put the bike down? Dice, it's here. Hopefully no cars come, because I don't want to roll it in the gravel and lose it. So, dice. I could deal with a 6 at this point, but I don't know if I could deal with a 6 after this. Are we ready? It's a 4. It's a 40k. We've got 40k. This could get silly. 40k towards Scotland. Let's go. I'm almost starting to think that the 20k warm-up might have been a little bit ambitious. I've had a Talk Banana bar up to now, so we're around about an hour and a half into this. I've had a Talk Banana bar with 30 grams of carbohydrates. I've had half a bottle of water, which is 30 grams. There's another 15 there. And I've also had a gel as well, which is 30 grams. I try to consume around about 30 grams every half an hour to 45 minutes. I'm pretty bad at it, but today I'm gonna have to be really, really good at it, because I don't need to be bonking all the way up here. And for those of you that are new to cycling, bonking is where you run out of energy, or sugar in your blood, or just fatigue. Lactic acid builds up. Your legs fall off. That sort of feeling. Like you don't want to be on the bike anymore. It's happened to me loads. It's nothing to be ashamed of. The thing that's causing the most problems at the moment isn't nutrition, and it's not saddle sore or any of the other things you'd think about when you're riding a bike. It's the green flies. It's quite hard even talking to the camera at the moment. It seems to be so many more little flies around this year than previous years. And hopefully as I ride towards the coast, it should settle off. It's quite warm, but it's not sunny. I thought it was going to be a lot more sunnier than it is. Today is the last day here in the UK that people are allowed to sell, or shops are allowed to sell, disposable vapes. It was only a few weeks ago that I hit one on the tarmac. It wasn't a big crash, nothing to talk about, but if that vape hadn't been chucked out a car window or been dumped the way it would have been, then I wouldn't have fallen off my bike. Every so often I do get a whiff of cherry bomb, caramel latte, apple sour. I don't know what's worse, being a cyclist and getting a face full of smoke out a car window, or getting hit by a big fruity, puffy, you get the picture. Winding my way through Amble. We are 82 kilometres into this, so in a few kilometres time we will roll the dice of doom again. If it's a 50 or a 60, we might go into hotel territory. I do need to get home tonight, but a challenge is a challenge. 82k at 90, we'll roll the dice and probably get some breakfast. It's 9 o'clock in the morning. It really benefits you getting up really early. Excuse me, I've got a weird request.
Sure.
Oh, I sneaked.
Don't worry, don't. How can I help you?
Right, I'm filming, but I'm not filming you.
Okay.
Okay. Rolling this dice. 4 is 40k. 5 is 50k. 1, I go home. 6 is 60k. Would you roll it for me?
Of course I do. Yeah.
Have you read the book The Dice Man?
No, I haven't.
You should then.
Let me think.
You're essentially
you want
dice
to
manning
roll
it, but it's a man who did this for 6 months and quit his job and lived his life by the dice. And me and my friends used to have dice evenings.
Did you?
Everything was decided by a dice.
I don't need 60k. I'm already on 100.
All right, fair enough. There we
3.
3.
I'll take that.
That's kind enough for you?
Yep, 30k.
You can do that?
We'll do it again in 30k's time. Thank you. Nice to meet you. Bye bye. So I've cycled across land to the coast. I found those lovely people in a camper. They've rolled the dice. It's a 3, so that means another 30k. But what I'm going to have to do is I can't do another 30k because I'm very close to the border now. Once across the border, it goes really rural before Edinburgh. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cycle along the coast. I will keep riding until I roll a 1, but I do now have to do a little loop here just to add some on, and then I'll roll again because 30k is not much. I'm on 91k at the moment. So 90, 100, 110, 120. We'll roll again at 120k, and I'll try and stay alongside the coast because it's absolutely beautiful at the moment. The sun's now coming out. It's still a little bit moggy, and I need some food and water. So I don't want to go across the border and into the wilderness because then I'll just be heading up towards Edinburgh. So a little loop here. We'll do the 30k and then we'll roll again. But now we've got a headwind. My new head unit actually tells me the headwind speed. So now I've just turned away from the wind. I've got 18.9 kilometers an hour of a headwind because there's a sensor on this woohoo in the front. There was a lot of different opinions with the Woohoo Ace when it was released because it's quite a big unit and I haven't used it to its fullest abilities really yet. But what I do love is how clear everything is on it. I don't have to get too close. Any light condition, I can really see what I'm looking at. Ooh, talking on a hill again. With a 3.8-inch screen, this Woohoo's got 30 hours of battery life, which is great for a day like today. I've been running this for 3 or 4 hours now and it's still on 96% from fully charged this morning. The Woohoo head unit weighing in at 200 grams. It's not the lightest head unit, but if you're laden with bags, it doesn't really matter. On a long journey when you need that extra battery power, you want a nice big bright screen to see everywhere you're going and everything that you're doing. It's absolutely perfect. It's easy for me just to glance down and see exactly what I need to see. So I'm in Allenmouth, Nana Pat's Bistro. I've ordered a bacon stotty, that's a bacon roll if you're not from up north, a can of Coke and a double espresso. I'm not very good at stopping, usually I end up scrolling on my phone and I get calf legs, so I'm going to try and make it as quick as possible, get this food in me and then crack on. A 24-minute stop, so not bad for me. It's usually around about 40 minutes, so I've halved that. We had a bacon roll, a double espresso, and I thought I bought a can of Coke, but he says I didn't order it. So I put a gel on top of all of that. Obviously not on top of my bacon roll, because that'd be disgusting, but I had a gel instead of a piece of cake. I know for years I've said coffee and cake, but today we just need to keep moving. To save on time, I took my water bottles up in that cafe toilet, and unfortunately the water was a bit warm. We're 110 kilometers into this, just over 3 hours of riding, and I still haven't got a clue what my heart rate is. Big shout out to Whoop. It is. I'm sort of against the time though.
I looked at the magazine, birds and butterflies in different places.
Sort of towards Durham.
You're going back on your bike to Durham?
Yeah, I've already been up the coast to towards Berwick.
Wow.
You can do me a favour actually.
You could do me a favour, put an engine on the back. Oh, you want to take a picture of it?
No, no. I'll explain. So I'm riding. It's a bit of a strange one.
Yeah.
But I'm rolling this dice. Right? And whatever it lands on,
Yeah.
I've got a ride.
Right.
Up to now, I'm just over 130 kilometres.
That's
Right?
what you've done today?
This morning, yeah.
Yeah. So what do you want us to do
So
with this?
if you roll a 1,
Right.
I've got to go home. I've got to
Okay.
stop.
Right.
Whatever else you roll, I've got to continue to ride. So if you roll a 3,
You go all the way to Durham?
no, I've got to do 30k.
Right.
So I've got to keep going past Durham. If you roll a 6, I've got to do another 60k. Okay?
Goodness me.
A 3 would be nice.
3 would be nice.
30k.
Yes, hoping for a 3 for you. 6.
Oh,
Is that a bad one? Oh.
a 6.
Do you get the, and then the rest of the way, do you get on the bus or the train or something?
No, no.
No.
I'll just keep rolling. Thank you for rolling a 6, I think.
Well, you've impressed me if you can do all that.
Thank you very much. What's your name?
Ken.
Ken, my name's Ben. Nice to meet you. mate.
Nice to meet you, Ben.
Nice to meet you, Ken. Enjoy.
Keep getting your Weetabix or your porridge or whatever you're having.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
That's cycling for you. Doesn't know how far he's been, just riding his bike and enjoying it. But Ken has rolled us a 6. Another 60k. Wow. It's going to be a long day. Oh, Ken. I'm not too sure if I've done too much salt again, but I'm absolutely gasping. I've been drinking loads, but I'm still thirsty. So it's time to water down the salt sachets back down the coast. Definitely gonna have to go past my house to get the 60k. Oh, so good. I can never get a bottle, has to be a can. I don't know why, but a can tastes so much better than a bottle. And if you can get one in a glass bottle, wow, gold dust. Entering North Tyneside on 160 kilometres in around about 20 kilometres time. I'm gonna have to find someone to roll the dice. But I think it's time for a little break. This isn't cheating. Where is it? It's here somewhere. If I can make it, which it looks like I am gonna, there's a ferry crossing, which will take me further away from home and give me more space in case someone rolls a 6. That boat is called the Spirit of the Tyne, and for £2.50 you can go from North Shields to South Shields or South Shields to North Shields. I'm 165 kilometres into this, getting very close to that 200 now. I've just had another bar another 30 grams of carbs in the furnace. Still got a stonking headwind, and I've rode a really big chunk now of the northeast coast. It's getting worse. I hope you can hear that through the camera. Oh, oh, oh wow. 180 kilometers. Oh. And 100 of that has been into this headwind here. Just that. Look at that. I really want a 1. I really want a 1. I've never wanted a 1 so much in my life. You know, when you're playing snakes and ladders and you just want 6s. I'm the guy usually that gets 1s. Today I want a 1. I don't want a 6. Come on. Oh, 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 oh. Oh my God. It's still going to be well over 200k. I'm a shell. I'm an absolute shell. I've never wanted to see that little black dot so much in all my life. Finishing my day on just over 200 kilometers, that was fairly lucky because I didn't have much more in the tank. Cycling from 6 AM until 5 o'clock in the evening was definitely a challenge for me. Returning home, I also found out that Whoop was collecting all of my data, and I'd managed to stay in zone 1, 2 with a little bit of 3. So a really productive ride. A little bit of fun, but I don't think I'll be rolling the dice of doom anytime soon. As always, I'm going to leave this video here. Please remember to comment, like and subscribe, and I'll see everyone in the next one.